The fact that so many of us have been bonded by this traumatic experience is astonishing. And I'm not one to really support the penalty. However, if cat caught my tongue. Anyways, if another man mistakes my stomach or back rolls for my boob or butt, share but make it electric. Boogie woogie woogie out of my life. Like, that is just... Anyways, I am on my way to go see him again. Don't judge me. I know you're judging. This is a judge-free zone. Do it once, shame on me. Do it twice, shame on you. I'm done. I'm just gonna skedaddle.
Fam, did this XXL queen just take the body positivity movement to the extreme? Sister, if men notice your muffin top rolls and make a comment about it, no matter how out of place it could be, they don't deserve deletion via electrical wired chairs or any other means. It sounds like this extra-sized queen has some issues if she wishes harm unto others. And she has that shame on me saying kind of backwards. If she's going back to a guy who did the things she claims, that just shows he is probably attractive and out of her league. I made a previous video talking about this subject in more details. Look at the cards. But the point to make here is that if the guy is hot enough, he can get away with just about whatever he wants, and she will probably laugh it off. Moving on.
And believe that they have to do something for women in order to eradicate.
She absolutely nails this. So much of the patriarchy exists within the confines of intimate relationships. Because how are you going to have the time to be out there being politically active or pursuing your career if you're carrying the entire mental load and doing the majority of the domestic labor at home? Not only that, like, the two of you are modeling that for the next generation that might be being raised in your home. And I think her solution is also spot on, because while we do want men out there educating other men and learning about the patriarchy and learning about internalized misogyny, blah, 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 what we really need is them to heal their patriarchy within them. What we really need is for men to develop emotional intelligence and relational skills. This is the harder work, but it is the location at which the patriarchy will be dismantled.
Fam, in a nutshell, she basically wants men to become women. I find it funny that diehard womanists like her are not attracted to the men they're trying to create. No, fam. In fact, I previously audited a similar queen who said she couldn't find a traditional man who wasn't conservative. I will put that one in the cards for you. Too many of these fight the patriarchy types end up having to deal with the Frankenstein's monsters they create when they find like-minded men unattractive. This is why older men advise younger men not to listen to what women say they want and observe their actual actions. Ladies, it's real simple. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You have to accept that a stoic man is going to be himself all the time. And these new age Lego block men you want to put together are not going to stand the test of time. Or this test of attraction, basically. Moving on.
Quit telling women to pick better men. There's literally no way to do that. What I mean by that is, men come into our lives, and for the first month, maybe 2 months, they treat us and show us who they can be. After those few months of we've done gotten close to them, we've done gotten to know them, we're happy, they start turning on us and gaslighting us and bringing out all their insecurities onto us, but can never tell us what they want. So then we stick around hoping that they're gonna come to their senses, and they don't. So it's simply no way for a woman to pick a man if we don't know from the beginning.
She is absolutely right. There is no way to pick better men. We are not mind readers. Women go off the vibes.
Oh really? There isn't a way to pick a good man? But there sure is a way to pick Chad/Tyrone, isn't there? Ladies, here's a clue. The corny nerdy guy who was interested in you, chances are he would make a hardworking, faithful husband. Unlike that hot guy who you and 20 other girls are waiting in line to date. Also, those men who come into your lives are the ones you let into your life. I.e., not the bookworm geek you laughed at saying you weren't going to settle for him. Ladies, let me oversimplify it. The hot guy who you and a dozen other girls drool over is probably Community D. The guy with no game who gets straight A's, gets into the good schools, and has low social skills. That's the one who is going to be a catch in the near future. Moving on.
No, because it's genuinely startling what men do when they're called out for being casually in public. I just got home from the dog beach and this man had these two huge dogs. I won't name the breed. Scary kind of looking dogs. That's fine, but they were chasing my dog down. And my dog was getting really scared and running away, tail between her legs, and these dogs wouldn't let off. So the owner's like calling them back. They're not listening to the owner. At that point, I stand up and I'm starting to get worried. I say to the man, look, can you just get your dogs and put them on lead or whatever? Just call them back. And he goes, relax. No. Okay, no. I said, no, do not tell me to relax. And he goes, go home, woman. And I said, you go home, you misogynistic prick.
Sheesh, fam. Why does everything have to come down to
Misogyny!
with some of these women? This honestly just sounds like a big dog owner versus little dog owner argument. The way she described how it played out sounds like she was just itching to make it about gender.
You thick-headed gorilla! You don't know what it's like being a woman with a small cute dog in a public place where these misogynist men show up with their huge dogs trying to overcompensate for their small d energy!
Oh, really? So not just do women want to push the womanist agenda between men and women, now it must spill over into public dog beaches and parks because of your vajayjay? Give me a break. Everything isn't about you, queens, or some extremist victimhood agenda. Sometimes dog issues are just that, and there are already laws in place to address these things.
He lost it at me. Like, he lost his temper at me. Next minute, we're having a screaming match at the dog beach. All he had to say was, sure, I'll put my dogs on the lead, but he couldn't handle being called out for the language that he was using. So he had to scream and come at me in quite a physical and aggressive way. Now, people ask me why I get in these altercations, but it's because I call them out when they're doing it. And they're not used to it. And it's just incredible how they react when they're not used to it.
She was being strong and brave, calling out that hateful, awful man.
Oh, really? I think she was being obnoxious and looking to pick a fight. At no point did she say any form of assault from either the bigger dogs or their owner happened. If anything, it sounds like she edged on the confrontation in order to elevate it to have something to complain about. Usually in situations like these, victims would mention some recording or evidence to prove they were in danger. I guess womanists are allergic to camera recording since those won't help them make the podium in the Victim Olympics. I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.